think people confuse love with so many different things, all right? And love is getting a bad rep because people are attaching, for example, when they get hurt, they'll say love failed them. But love didn't hurt them, a lack of love did. Fear getting contaminating that person or that individual who thought they were in love, that's what caused all these things to go wrong. But they attach it to love because they feel like love led them there, so to speak. But when we're talking about infatuation, to me, it's more so getting caught up in the hype, getting caught up in the fantasy of someone, attaching yourself to certain aspects about them, but you don't really grasp the depth of who this individual is and if they truly even fit into your life. It's just what you want. It's not necessarily what you need or what's best for you. And I think that feeling of infatuation can, again, lead people to assume, well, I must love them because I'm so consumed by them and I think about them all the time, but you don't even really know them. And even when you are around them, are you yourself with them? Can you communicate with them? Are those core principles in place that really say, no, this is actual love and not just infatuation or an unhealthy attachment?
It's really important, and so much of what you brought up there I think is important to dive deeper into in terms of attraction and how we relate to those individuals that we're attracted to, and to really discern and where we're coming from when that energy is, whether it's a physical, spiritual, emotional connection that we feel with somebody, to really pay attention to where that place is coming from. If it's feeling like we're trying to fill a hole or a void within ourselves, or if there's even these insidious kind of shadow material and trauma bonding, right, that is really driving that. So I'd love for you to share a little bit more about trauma bonding really masquerading as genuine affection.
Oh, and I think, to your point, people have to go within and be honest with themselves. And you have to ask yourself, if I believe I love them, why? Why do I love this person? Because I've asked that question to some individuals, and then when they gave me the list of reasons, all the reasons were things that they did for that person, not what that person does for them. It was a bunch of things tied to, again, the fantasy and the hope of what they believed it can be, not the reality of what it was. And so now when we talk about trauma bonding, the reality is that, and I think the key word is bond. It's easy to bond with someone when we have a similar interest, a similar struggle, a similar trauma that we've experienced, because we can relate to each other. We can understand each other better, and therefore we feel not crazy with this person. Like everyone else doesn't understand us, but they do because they've been through what we've been through. And again, it gives this false sense of, well, maybe we're supposed to be together. Maybe this is my person. But it's like, no, okay, yes, you guys may be bonding over this trauma, but it doesn't mean you guys have what it takes to be in a healthy, loving relationship with each other. And the kind of crazy reality is that a lot of times it's the unresolved trauma that leads people to choosing the wrong person to be with. So you can't even see clearly and understand who fits into your life because you're still living within the box of your trauma. And you still think you are that person who's traumatized. You don't know who you really are once you set yourself free from all that negative energy. And so a lot of people are just falling into that trap because, again, it feels safe, it feels comfortable, but it ends up in a lot of times blowing up in people's faces later on down the road.
What are some important things you think are to pay attention to when we feel attraction within people? I feel like when we think and we feel like the need to be with somebody, like there's something so magnetic in terms of there's something insatiable that they're providing for us. I feel like that's really important to pay attention to, because somebody who's whole can share the joy of somebody without feeling the need to extract it necessarily. And so I want you to speak to the difference of feeling the need to be with somebody versus kind of attracting somebody that is an energetic match to you.
So again, I think the need to be with someone a lot of times is based out of fear. And it's the fear of, I will never find this again. It's the fear of, I don't even want to be alone. It's the fear of, I've already invested so much into this situation in hopes that it will become something that now I don't want to walk away from the investment. And so we feel like we need them because we have not learned how to function or how to walk on our own 2 feet without whatever this person has been providing. Because yes, there are some situations where individuals may have gotten a boost from this person they met, whether it be they helped me be more confident, or they've allowed me or helped me navigate through certain situations. And now we think that we need them to be able to continue to conquer things that come against us in life. But none of us are supposed to have to be so attached to someone that we cannot function without them. And we have to learn how to handle things on our own. Yes, it doesn't mean our partners won't help and pour into us, but when we now make it a need, we actually put the burden on them. And now we can end up draining our partners because we don't know how to do it without them, right? Not okay, let's do it together because we're a team and we love each other. It's no, I'm incapable of doing this, so now I'm putting it on you. And if that person's having a bad day or struggling with something, now they're going through the stress of your expectations and what you're putting on their back, plus what they have to deal with already also. So I definitely think when it comes to the whole idea of needing, it also comes from a lack of self-esteem for a lot of people and a lack of self-worth, and thinking that, again, that they're nothing without this individual. But that speaks to a deeper unresolved issue within you that you need to look at.